So the first thing that I want to do as we're thinking about kitchen vocabulary, that's words about things in a kitchen. I want to look at a picture and I want to see if we can identify anything in the picture. So you tell me, what do we see here? We see a kitchen. We see counter. There's an oven. Lots of dishes. Dishes, plates, bowls, cups. So those are the kitchen words that we're going to be going over. We're going to go over, we're going to talk about, we're going to listen to, we're going to read, and we're going to use flashcards, all to learn some words. We're going to go over 35 words, but we don't need to remember them all. We will have a matching exercise, but we'll only go over 10 of the most used kitchen words. So I'm going to read to you a reading that includes words from a kitchen, and I just want you to listen for words about the kitchen. After I read over this reading, then we'll look at pictures of words from objects, things, stuff in a kitchen. And then you'll be able to go to the site itself. The link will be in the chat. I'll show you. And you can practice on your own with some digital flashcards. So you can use the new words about kitchen and practice what they mean. And then at the end of today's exercise, when you go home, you will be assigned one of the kitchen words, and you will create a 5-second, 10-second video about that item. And I'll explain more about that later. So we're going to go over these words quite a few times. So pay the most attention to how the words sound. And then there will be a time where we'll read together and you'll be able to speak the words. So I'm going to go over the reading, and I just want you to listen for words that you think come from the kitchen. My kitchen is my favorite room. In my kitchen, I have a big oven to bake cakes. On top of the stove, I have 4 burners to heat my pots and pans. I use a small saucepan to make soup and a large frying pan to cook eggs. I also have a microwave to heat food quickly. On the counter, I keep my toaster for bread. In the sink, I wash my dishes, forks, knives, and spoons. I dry them with a clean towel. I also have a dish rack to hold the wet dishes. I keep my cutting board and sharp knife ready to chop vegetables. I use a peeler for carrots and potatoes. Were any of those words familiar? Did you know any of those words that you heard? Did you know the words that you heard? Any of them? Which ones are you sure belong in a kitchen? Well, really, they all do, right? The whole reading was about the kitchen. So all of those words belong in the kitchen. Let's take a look at some pictures of those words and let's see which ones we know and practice the ones that we don't. What is this? We have several things on here. It could be the oven. It could be the stove with the burners on top of the stove. And I just want you to listen to the words and connect them to the pictures. Here's another picture, pretty much the same. We have the oven. The whole thing is usually called a stove. The burners on top. These are the burners on top of the stove, on top of the oven. Here we have pots and pans. A pot and two pans.